Hello, and welcome to ResellQueen Chronicles. I am Tiffy T the ResellQueen, your host, and tonight we're going to have a hodgepodge of a couple different things that I want to talk about. First, I wanted to let you guys know, those who follow me, this is being recorded November 17th, 2021. This will be my last podcast live for November. I will come back and maybe do approximately 2, maybe 3. It's according to my schedule in December. My plans are to drop quite a few YouTube videos so that I can help you guys with more than just reselling. I put out a poll not too long ago, and most of the responses from the poll were that you guys don't just want to hear about online reselling. There's a lot of people doing that, but you want to hear about some of the other money-making opportunities that I do. So I want to make quite a few videos about that because I do more than just one thing. Some things can make you a nice amount of money. Other things can make you a little bit of small change, but it doesn't require much effort on your part. So I'll just be making some of those videos and dropping those while I am taking some time off for the holidays with the podcast. So in order to be able to see those when they come out, you'll need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube. I have my own URL there. It's ResellQueen, right after youtube.com/ResellQueen. If you're watching this on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. Then you'll be able to watch it. I will also drop a notice on Instagram as well as Facebook when those videos are out. Just want to keep you guys abreast of those type of things. I can be reached at info@resellqueen.com. You'll be able to reach me there if you want to talk to me, ask me questions, or make a suggestion on something to bring up for the show. I will be so happy to discuss that with you. So while I was thinking about one of the things that we're going to talk about, I was speaking with my husband, and we're getting ready to check out a new distributor, a new place that we will be getting liquidations from. And I said, you know what? I don't know if I've ever really talked about the things that you need to look for when you have a new distributor, someone that you've never done any business with. So I just decided I want to talk about that for a little bit, just to kind of give you guys some pointers of things to look out for. So one thing you need to figure out when you're dealing with distributors, one, how do they accept payment? Some may be wire transfer only. Now, the ones that are wire transfer only are probably old school, meaning they've probably been doing this for years. They were probably doing this before the Storage Wars shows came out and things like that, because that's the way it's been done, old school, is that it was always wire transfer. That's how it was done. Then they may accept PayPal. Some may not accept PayPal just because of issues with PayPal, because PayPal will hold your money on a whim if they feel that you're doing too much. They have not a problem doing that. Other options, of course, is cash, or if they take like a credit card. Some may not take a credit card. Understand, especially for people, this, their bread and butter, they can't afford a credit card claim that says, oh, I didn't get what I wanted, or that wasn't the right person that made the purchase. So that's why they will accept more verifiable forms of payment. So I just wanted to make you abreast of that. I would not be leery regardless of what method they decide to use. As I said, every place has a method that's going to be best for them. The next thing that's the most important is going to be the quality of their items. Are they going to tell you where they got their items from? Now, understand some places may have contracts where they're not technically allowed to say the name of the place. For example, if a person says, I have a bullseye load, I know they're talking about Target. Why? Because the logo is a bullseye. Okay. If they say Wally World, some may say the initials. So some may say BBB for Bed Bath and Beyond. Things like that. Some may just say Macy's. Understand they may have some contracts or they're not allowed to publicize where they got the load. But mostly they'll be able to tell you where it just about came from. The biggest thing that becomes an issue for some people that are newer to the industry is I'm going to talk about pre-sorting, or better known as cherry picking. So when an order comes in, some places may take the whole order and sell it pallet by pallet, or try to resell it as a truckload. Other places, because they are probably trying to make a good portion of their money back, may sort it and take out the higher dollar items and leave the lower dollar items to resell. Either way, in my opinion, is okay, as long as you're dealing with a place that is upfront about it. For example, there is a company that my husband and I buy from. They're out of Pennsylvania. When they get their pallets in, they pre-sort them, and anything over a value of $40, they list themselves, and they have their own eBay accounts and things like that. Anything under $40 goes back into the pallet. So I know when we buy a pallet from them that the items in there are going to all be under $40. I just know that. So as I try to add up of how many things are in there, I'm just going to do some real quick math. So if I know that every item in there is under $40, and let's say there's about 80 items in there, and we're just going to say might be 10 of them are trash. You don't know. So it'll say 70. And I'm just going to give it a ballpark and say I can sell each one of them for $25. That's $17.50. Now, that if they're selling that pallet to me for $300, $400, even $500, I might take a go at it. You see, it starts making more sense. You know, I could possibly make close to $1,800 minus even say $600. Let's say like 1,800. Oops, my calculator. Math is not my strong suit. I know how to count dollars though. And let's say $600. All right, so you're still looking at like, a little over $1,200 that you could be making. That's if you pick it up. Now, as I say, $600, I'm also counting in the logistics of it, meaning getting it to you. In my opinion, I would not pay the prices that are insane right now for shipping for just one pallet. It doesn't make any sense. It never made sense, but it really doesn't make sense right now. So those are things that, you kind of need to think about and look out for, and just have a conversation with the distributor. If they are very secretive about things, you don't have to purchase for them. If they seem very standoffish or say, why are you asking me so many questions? You can say, look, I just kind of need to know where it's coming from so I can understand the type of load that I'm getting. If they're in the business, they already know all of this. If you have a smart distributor, they're actually going to ask you a lot of questions and say things like, what are your sales channels? And that's when you can say, I sell on eBay, Amazon, Mercari, Facebook. And they can say, if that's your sales channel, I got X number pallets for you. Now, if you say, oh, I have a bin store, or I'm doing flea markets, or I have a store or flea markets, they may say, okay, then you're looking for more lower priced items. I have pallets that are full of that. It's all about the conversations and the relationships that you build with these people. They want you to keep coming back. A reputable person is going to want you to keep coming back. So since they're going to want you to keep coming back, they're going to make sure that you get a good item. That's just how it works. And we will be right back after this.
Shipping can be complicated and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be that way. Welcome to ShipStation, a web-based shipping software for online retailers. Input orders from wherever you sell and create labels for however you ship, all in one place. With our powerful automation tools, mobile app, and branded tracking page, you can focus less on shipping and more on growing your business. With ShipStation, you save both time and money. Let's get ship done. Get started with ShipStation today.
Click the link in the description box to receive a special discount from ShipStation.
And we are back. Welcome back to ResellQueen Chronicles. Just going to give you a few updates, reseller updates, just so that you guys know what's going on in this resale world. So Amazon is getting ready to have a rate hike to hit January of next year. Now, this happens every 6 months. I don't even know why they put the press release out, but just going to give you guys some information so that you guys are aware. Amazon rate hike will hit sellers on January 18th, 2022. It is said it had kept selling fee changes low throughout the pandemic while absorbing billions of dollars in increased costs on your behalf. That's what they said. While at the same time investing in its fulfillment and delivery network, as well as in tools and services for sellers. The good news for sellers who fulfill their own orders, there are only 2 referral fee changes, and both are decreases. Although those sellers will likely be impacted by the higher shipping costs announced by carriers. Sellers who use Amazon FBA fulfillment services are not so lucky. In 2022, they will be adjusting the FBA fulfillment fees to partially offset the higher permanent operating costs as they face going forward. There are increases to numerous services, including the following: increasing the dim weight pricing for large standard size products, excluding apparel, higher monthly off-peak storage fees. Now I'm going to stop right there. That monthly off-peak storage fees, those storage fees can get real high. So when you're sending in your items, think about that storage fee. Put that into your costs. Take a look at Camel. How often does that item sell? Is it worth sitting in an Amazon fulfillment center for months and months on end? Or could you have it sitting at your home and maybe trying to sell them on eBay or Facebook or another way? Just thought process. Those are things that I do. If you get something and it may not be as hot of a seller, is it worth the storage fees? Because those storage fees, when they hit, they hit. Higher removal and disposal fees. All right. So then we have higher FBA Prep Service fees. So some people like to use the FBA Prep Service fees. The FBA Prep Service fees that's whenever you decide to ship your items into Amazon and they prep them for you, meaning they put them in the poly bags, they put the stickers on them and all those type of things, like get them labeled. For some people, it makes sense. From others, it just doesn't. I have never entertained that thought. I will prep that stuff myself, or the places that I'm buying them from, they have a prep service, and sometimes it's a lot cheaper than Amazon. I believe Cole Imports does that. Then let's see here. All right, so they have introduction of a tiered rate structure for long-term storage fees. So a lot of these fees are storage fees. So you have the higher monthly off-peak storage fees, and then you also have the introduction of a tiered rate structure for long-term storage fees. So Amazon characterized the fulfillment fee changes as 5.2% increase on average to reflect the increasing costs of the operations, yada, 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 yada. Listen. Look at those graphs. Whenever you are looking at an item that you're possibly going to send in, look at the graphs. Look at that camel. Or scanner. I have a scan analyzer that I use. Look at how often that item sells. There is no reason for you to pay good hard-earned money and ship that stuff in for it just to sit in Amazon's warehouse. And even right now, things are still sitting there, especially if you're sending in things people don't want. Just let you know. All right, so let's stay on Amazon because I think, is it Amazon? Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to let you guys know I do sell these type of products, but I do not sell them on Amazon. So Amazon adult products policy delayed until after the holidays. All right, so Amazon is delaying the requirement that sellers classify certain items as adult products. The new Amazon adult products policy change was set to take effect on November 15th and impacts wand massagers and Kegel and the Benoit balls, as reported last month. I'm reading off of e-commerce spikes. All right, to support your business through the rest of the year and give you more time to prepare for the change, we've postponed the effective date of the policy change to January 17th, following which we will automatically classify wand massagers and Kegel Benoit balls as adult products. So I do sell adult products. I do not sell them on Amazon. Actually, why don't I? Oh, okay. The reason why I kind of don't is because in a way I drop ship them. And even though I have some that I have here, no, you're not putting any on camera. I in a way use a company that I drop ship through, and that's how I sell adult products. I find it kind of funny that they're like the Kegel Benoit balls, but I kind of thought they kind of would have already been assumed that, but I think you were able to put it under medical devices at one point. So they're making that change next year for those of you that it impacts. Also, I saw something that I thought was a little odd, but I thought I'd just talk about it. I know normally I'm always talking about eBay, but Amazon is getting more play for me today. Amazon is going to stop accepting Visa cards issued in the UK. So this doesn't affect us Americans, but it will affect if you are on Amazon trying to order with a UK issued Visa credit card, which could very much happen. Amazon has told customers that from January 19th onward, the company will no longer accept Visa credit cards issued in Britain. The e-commerce giant cites high fees charged by the payment processor. Visa said it is very disappointed that Amazon is threatening to restrict consumer choice in the future. Visa, oh wow. So when this happened, actually Visa shares fell when that happened. Now, as I read through the article, I don't see anything about there being a problem with Visa cards in the United States. It's all about whatever is going on in the UK. Apparently, they are not happy with the high fees of processing the credit cards. That's kind of major. Can you imagine trying to go on Amazon and Amazon saying they don't take your payment? I don't know if that's them being a bully to say, y'all going to make us, y'all are going to have us pay less or what, but that is interesting. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, just going to go into it really quick because I got a couple emails about something that I was talking about last week that I went into, but not really much because that wasn't really the focus of the topic. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit more to kind of give some clarification on what I was talking about. So I was discussing the psychology of a buyer and the thought process that you have to put in when you are creating a listing and dealing with pricing and shipping. I follow a certain philosophy. Others may follow a different philosophy, and that's perfectly fine. You do what works for your business. But my philosophy is I like to create free shipping. Is it really free? Of course not. It's not free. But I make it so that it's all one price. People like to know how much things are. Think about it. Let's say you decide that there's something that you want to buy and you see it, you find the right price, you go, you put it into your cart, and then you go to checkout and you go, whoa. And you look and it's because shipping's like $10, $12. And you're like, why is this so high? Well, then why didn't they raise the price? Even though 1 + 1 = 2, the psychology of it makes you go, oh, they snuck that on me. People don't like surprises. And there are so many other choices that people have when shopping. In my thought process of how I want the process to be for my customer is I want it to be a smooth process when they make their purchase. So I always account for shipping in my prices and make my shipping free. And for me, it's also just easier than trying to calculate and use calculated shipping and things like that. I'm at a point now when I get something, I know even before I put it on the scale, how much it will cost approximately to ship it. Automatically, if something's under £1, it's going to go first class. It's going to go first class, which is going to be as high as maybe $4 and as low as maybe about $3.05, something like that. All according to where it's being shipped to is going to determine the price and also how many ounces. If it's more than £1, I know that if it fits into one of my padded envelopes, that's about $7.77, something to that point. So I know I'm going to need it to account for that much when I make my listing. As simple as that. That's what I do. I cannot tell you what to do, but I can always give you suggestions. That's what I do. And I believe the person that sent me the email, they were a little confused. Like I was saying, that's what you should do or have to do. That's just what I follow. I know other people that they swear by calculated shipping because in their eyes, they make more money that way, and they don't have to fight with the customer about how quickly they should and shouldn't get an item. That's fine for their business. Everyone has their own comfort level. That's the best part about what we do. What works for me, and what works for you, works for you. So this has been another installment of ResellQueen Chronicles. As I stated earlier, this will be my last show for November. I will come back in December, maybe do about 2, maybe 3 shows. I will be dropping YouTube videos. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to send me an email at info@resellqueen.com. Please also feel free to go and click all the links if you want to book me. I've had some questions about that. Yes, I will give speeches. I talk about more than just reselling. You can see that if you click on the link. I also have a ebook and e-course page on my website. That link is also underneath the description box. This has been another great installment of ResellQueen Chronicles. My name is Tiffy T the ResellQueen. Bye.